Hey, boys and girls, it's time for some math, and we're still working on learning more about clocks and telling time. And I've got a vocabulary video for you. Are you ready? Here we go.
I know this bee named Ben, and she's really busy. I don't know how she does it. I'm gonna ask her. Yo, Ben, how do you do it?
I'm Ben the bee. I'm busy every single hour. I start at 9 o'clock when I pollinate flowers. Honeycomb club at 5:30. Oh my. My busy schedule means I need to tell time. I know how to tell time to the hour. It's easy to do, man. It's not a superpower. He's an analog clock I'm always enjoying. I ask myself, where is the hour hand pointing? Right now, it's aimed directly at 9. Now look for the minute hand and see what you find. It's pointing to the 12. Look at that, the hour is exactly 9. 0 minutes past. Another way to say that is 9 o'clock. That means exactly on the hour, not a minute off. Cause the hour hand points right at the number. The minute hand points at 12 with all its muscle. We can write it out like this, 9 o'clock. Or we can write it out like this, 9 o'clock. Or we can write how it looks on a digital clock. The number 9 and a colon, that's 2 dots. Then double 0, which means exactly on the hour. Now tell me the time, go ahead and shout them. What time is it? 11 o'clock. Said what time is it? 3 o'clock. Tell time to the hour. Here's the way the hour hand points at the hour of the day. The minute hand points directly at the 12. Busy, 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 so much time to tell. Tell time to the half hour, it will do wonders. The hour hand points in between 2 numbers. The minute hand points directly at the 6. Busy, 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 now you know the trick. Telling time to the half hour is fun to do. An hour is 60 minutes, so let's split that in 2. The clock is a full hour, so if we split it, each half will be exactly 30 minutes. We tell time to the half hour every day. The hour hand will be between 2 numbers halfway. Here it's right between 1 and 2. There's your clue. It's after 1 o'clock, but it's not quite 2. That means the hour is 1. Let's look at that more. We use the number it's after, not the one before. And where is the minute hand? At the half hour, pointed at 6. Perfectly downward. That's 30 minutes. 1:30, the minute hand's at 6 when the hour's half done. The time is 1:30. That's one way to say it. Or 1:30 if you want to rephrase it. What time is it? 3:30. Said what time is it? 5:30. Time for Honeycomb Club. Yeah. Time for Honeycomb Club. Yeah. Tell time to the hour. Here's the way the hour hand points at the hour of the day. The minute hand points directly at the 12. Busy, 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 so much time to tell. Tell time to the half hour, it will do wonders. The hour hand points in between 2 numbers. The minute hand points directly at the 6. Busy, 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 now you know the tricks.
Now, I've got this clock. This is our good friend, the analog clock. And of course, you know the parts of the clock. We've got the minute hand, which is the longer hand. And we've got the hour hand, which is the orange, shorter hand. And I wanted to show you something that you might not remember from yesterday. But you know the direction that the hand moves, or we sometimes call it the arrow, but the arrow, the hand, the minute hand goes like this. It doesn't go the other way. It always goes like this. But as that minute hand moves, did you know that the hour hand is slowly moving at the same time? They both move. It's just that the blue minute hand moves a lot quicker than the hour hand. Now, here's the trick. When the blue minute hand gets down here and it points to that 6, we know it means 30 minutes. Well, that hour hand will have moved as well. It just won't move as much. And so it won't stay pointing at the 8. It will be in between the 8 and the 9. Now, do you know what time this reads? We look at the hour hand. It's past the 8, but it's not at the 9. So we can't say 9 o'clock yet. So we say it's 8. That's the hour. And then how many minutes? 30. 8:30. As the hand continues to move, the minute hand moves, the hour hand will go like that. What time is this? That's 9. And we say, since it's 0 minutes, we call that o'clock. Say 9 o'clock. Now, as the minute hand moves, again, the hour hand moves slower. And when the minute hand gets down here, the hour hand will only be halfway between the 9 and the 10. Do you know what time this is? Well, it's not 10 o'clock yet, so we say it's 9. And how many minutes? 30. 9:30. Okay, that will be very helpful when you're doing today's lessons. So hang on. Why don't you go get your math book and a pencil and pause the video, come back when you're ready. Okay, do you have your materials? The page that we're on is page 558. I put it right up here, and you should see problem 12 at the top. Find that page. I'm going to read the problem, and we're going to solve it together. So make sure you're listening very carefully. Here we go. It reads, Linda wakes up at 6:30. Draw to show what time Linda wakes up. Now, they give us a clock face right here, but there's no minute hand and there's no hour hand. So we're going to have to fill those in, and we're going to have to do it very carefully. So let's take a look. Here's the time. Circle 6:30. Now, which part of that tells you the minutes? The minutes are going to be right there, 30. So we're going to draw the minutes in first. Now, if you remember, I taught you that when we're doing or when we're looking at a clock for minutes, they're not always written on the clock, but up here, you can put 0 minutes. And down here, do you remember how many minutes go at the bottom? Oh, let me make that just a little bit neater. That's 30 minutes. Now, in this problem, it says she wakes up at 6:30. So we're going to make the minute hand first, and we need it to point down here. So you're going to draw that. That shows 30 minutes. Now the hour hand, I'll do that in blue. What hour is it? That's going to be 6. Now to draw in the hour hand, we're going to use a smaller hand. That's the hour hand. And here's the trick. We're not going to put it right on the 6. And let me just... Okay, that's the minute hand. I guess I made it too big last time. But the hour hand is going to be a little bit smaller, but we're not going to have it point right at the 6. It's just a little bit past the 6. And what that does, I know this is, boy, this is really tricky. But that blue line should be kind of in between the 6 and the 7 because it's not 6 o'clock, it's 6:30. So we're halfway between 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock. This is some tricky stuff, so it's okay. I'm going to erase that. Oop. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to make my minute hand because I want my work to be my best work. So I'm going to fix my minute hand here. And maybe I can make it look like that. So I don't quite cover up the 6. But that would be 6:30. This is some tricky stuff, but we're getting ready for second grade. So stay with me. Don't give up. Let's do the next problem together. Problem 13. Here's what it says. David left school at 3:30. Circle the clock that shows 3:30. Well, remember my tip. 30 minutes means we're going to have the big hand, the minute hand, down here. That's where 30 is. So everybody write 30 in at the bottom of all these clocks. Now, there's one clock we know is wrong because it doesn't have the big hand pointing to the 30. Which clock should we cross out? Yeah, because the big hand does not point to 30. The rest of these clocks, they show 30 minutes. Now we have to look for the hour. And the hour has to be 3. Now, when we're making 3:30, we're going to use the hour hand or the shorter hand, but it's not going to point exactly at 3. It's a little past 3. So I'm going to make this bigger. It's one of these. Now, watch how I do this. Here's the hour hand on this clock. Here's the hour hand on the middle clock. And here's the hour hand on the last clock. Which clock has the hour hand between just a little bit past 3, but not quite on 4? Well, it's going to be this one. Because on this clock, the hour hand, that red line, it goes past 4. We're not there yet. Nope, sorry. And on this clock, the hour hand is between the 2 and the 3. That is 2:30. We don't want 2:30, so we're going to cross that out. So 2:30? No. This one, 4:30? No. But this one is 3:30. Yes. Let's look at problem 14. It reads, the hour hand points halfway between the 2 and the 3. Draw the hour hand and the minute hand. Write the time. Okay. So we need the hour hand halfway between the 2 and the 3. Okay. Well, let's look. Here's the 2. Here's the 3. And we need the hour hand halfway between. Remember, the hour hand is short. So I can't do that. Nope. And I can't do that. That's pointing right at the 3. I need in between. How about that? Now we know that when the hour hand is in between two numbers, the minute hand goes down there. And of course, we know how many minutes it is. It's 30. Now, the problem wants us to write the time. Well, are we going to put 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock? The hour hand has not gotten to the 3 yet, so we're going to put 2. So go ahead, take your pencil, put 2. Remember, we put the colon, the 2 dots on top of each other. And then how many minutes? 30 minutes. There you go. Okay, problem 15. This says, choose all the ways that name the time on the clock. Okay, I'm going to make the clock a little bit bigger. Now, well, we know the minute hand is pointing down here at the 6. How many minutes is that? Remember? 30. The hour hand is a little trickier. The hour hand is in between what 2 numbers? The 7 and the 8. So it's not quite all the way to 8. So it's still 7, but it's 7 hours, 30 minutes, and we would say that that is 7:30. Now, it says choose all the ways that name the time on the clock. Well, do we have a 7:30 there? Yeah, that would work. But is there another answer that would work? Let's look. I see one more answer. Can you find it? Well, this one says 8:30. This says 7:30. This says 6:30. It definitely is not that one. But one of these two is the same as 7:30. Can you figure it out? There you go. So you should circle those two. Oof. You guys are getting smarter and smarter and smarter. Let's look at the next page. This is going to be page 559. And it says, the directions up here say, write the time. And I'm going to have you work on these problems up here. All you have to do is look at the face of the clock and then write the time. Don't forget, you're going to put the colon there. If the minute hand goes to the top, we say 0 minutes. And if the minute hand goes to the bottom, we say 30 minutes. We're going to do 2 more problems, and then we're done. Problem 7 reads, Lulu walks her dog at 7 o'clock. Bill walks his dog 30 minutes later. Ooh. Draw to show what time Bill walks his dog. Use that clock. They're trying to trick you. And then here's the last problem. It says, draw a clock to show the time 1:30. I think that's enough for one day. So just send me a picture of this page 559 in ClassDojo, and let's see how you do. Have a great day, boys and girls.